everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Squaring off today, we have two teams who come in with identical records on the season. It's the Browns going up against the Vikings. So for the call of this Week 13 matchup, let's bring in our commentary team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage takes us to one of the newest jewels on the NFL landscape, US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They've been in a great groove. Winners of 7 of their last 10 on the year.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And leading them out, their veteran quarterback. This is Johnson, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the count.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Joe Schobert able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. 2nd down, sacked by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on 3rd? We'll see. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left, and the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script, because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Return team. Automatic 1st down.
They go play action here on 1st down. It's hauled in by Devin Smith. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunky yardage.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Their big-bodied receiver hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Travis Coons now to add the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense. That penalty is declined.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The starters now on offense, and Stephon Diggs, our first chance to see him today.
Brandon, remember we had this conversation about how highly recruited he was in high school. Didn't quite live up to it in college due to some injuries, but boy, has he hit the NFL like a bomb. Stephon Diggs, a crafty, mature route runner who can go the distance.
Back to throw here. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Three yards left to grab here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain, and it's 2nd down. And now the starting defense for the Browns.
If your day involves blocking Danny Shelton, you better pack lunch and dinner. It's an all-day job.
Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down.
Let's go. 3-19.
Again, it's Johnson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing to the ins and outs.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
No, check. Patriot.
On 2nd down, Johnson. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
And he's able to put it through. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. All right, this is a guy that needs no introduction to the league. He has been around quite a while.
And it's good that they have him, because when he looks around his huddle, he may not have guys with the same experience he has, maybe some of the youngsters, and his veteran leadership should help them along the way.
And they'll go on the ground. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them, because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
2nd down following the run. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And tough going there, as he'll only get it up to about the 31. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. And a look at the Vikings defensive unit.
Anthony Barr almost defies description at times. He's built like a defensive end, but he plays outside linebacker and does it quite well.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. They'll set up to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. 1st down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it, because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
That was a good, strong run there. And while it won't pick up a 1st down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe it's something they can build on as this game continues.
And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd.
Playing coverage here.
Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
1 quarter in the books. 14-7 is the score. We're back to Minneapolis in just a moment.
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll give it to him right up the gut. A beautiful fake. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. They get 25 yards out of that one. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal.
I'm still an old-school football guy, and anytime you see a big-time running play, that fires me up. And if I'm on offense right now, in the position they're in now, inside the 10-yard line, I think after the way they've run it, they've set themselves up for a good play-action pass opportunity right here.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. They'll give it to him right up the gut, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year, and the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can bring. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he will find his man on the outside. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. On play action, they'll throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down.
Holding. Offense.
So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles and really scatter some people, can't they?
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They come out here in the eye. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And they pick up a 1st down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Their dangerous wide receiver with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Browns have moved out in front. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this.
football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Going right side here, and that's complete. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
All right, here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up third down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm.
3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into and no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Lucky 56.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Green 39.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Wide open receiver complete. It's a gain of 17, and it'll give him a first down. And quickly, they get to the line. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And his kick is good. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. So they kick it through to take the lead. There is a little bit of time left, though, here in the second. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And he comes back with one complete. Call it a gain of 10, and they pick up the first.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. He's got size, the hands.
The speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They'll drop to throw. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's third down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
Back to throw, and incomplete here on third down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
The Browns send out their punter now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And now the Browns offense trots back onto the field. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 23 yards on the play. And he is picking up right where he left off a week ago. I wrote down, so funny here on my notes, what he said last week. And after we talked about the good game, he said, I will do it again. And I wrote those words down, and he's done it again.
And it's not bragging if you're doing it, right? Because that's exactly what he's told you, and he is getting it done. Smooth in the secondary, making catches, making plays. That's the guy that we know. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Let's go!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be second and goal now.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at beautiful new U.S. Bank Stadium. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the fourth. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. It's the fullback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are an extra point away from taking the lead in this game. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 40...
drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, give up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a loose football. But I think a Brown was able to recover, and they'll indeed hold on to the ball here. A near turnover, but the offense recovers it. Now they'll try to regroup on second. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover?
Oh, no, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And defensively, maybe an opportunity missed there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. Big sigh of relief, huh?
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back on it.
Well, it's obvious to me that the big guy is beyond locked in. We saw last week a scintillating performance. We're seeing it again. I think he and his coordinator are in lockstep right now.
Sometimes a tip of the cap to the guys calling the plays here, yeah?
Not just calling the plays, setting the game plan, sitting with him during the week, watching tape as they formulate it. You know, the best ones, they listen to their guy and say, okay, what do you like this week? You like this play? You don't like that play? And that helps them formulate what they're going to do.
They're going to look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And the seemingly endless drive continues.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
They'll run the option left. He may try and run for this. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turn. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after. this. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And on the ground they go with a running back. It's a 7-yard gain there, and now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. They come up in an offset eye. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. They'll run the option left. He can run for it, and he will. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Brad Nortman now as he'll punt it away for the second time. That's pulled in at the 32. He won't go down. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They're down here in a 1-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going?
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
And now a critical extra point attempt here. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. They will clock a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. And on 3rd down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And a neutral zone infraction on the defense.
The defense thought they had the timing count on the quarterback's cadence, but they jumped too soon. And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package. 6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. tough spot here for the offense to start. They go play action here on first down. He's got time in the pocket. Going up top. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to go up top again. He's got a man. Complete. So we saw a lot of points. Overtime comes. The defenses, they clamp down.
Rather amazing, isn't it? Because would you have even thought that we'd get to overtime after what we witnessed for 4 quarters?
Not at all.
And have 0 points on either side? Not a chance, right? And somehow it happened. We always talk about making adjustments. Maybe both defenses took 4 full quarters in order to get an adjustment. Got 1 good period in for both defenses, and now they go home. You buying tonight?
I thought it was you. I did last week. I did the last 2 weeks.
Oh, I was trying to go for 3.
Dinner on you, my good
Trying
man.
to go for 3.
Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
They'll run the option left. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
Now a first throw here in overtime. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
But that certainly felt like an example of the defense just saying, okay, we've had enough. We've gotten mashed all night long. About time we got a good play in. But flip it over to the offensive side. They've got to be really upset that they allowed a play like that to happen. They were pitching such a great game, they want to keep it going. Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even add a little extra at the end with a short run.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and 10 here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run the option left. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case,
and this will be caught. It's a touchdown. An absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans streaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, Davis.
I kind of figured that was coming.
So for the Browns, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they will head home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears.